Lent begins next month, February 18th. It's a little bit early this year. Every year, when Lent begins on Ash Wednesday, Christians around the world often name something that they are going to give up for that 40-day period. Some people give up social media, not a bad thing. Some people give up alcohol, sweets. It can be a number of things. And the purpose of that is to become more dependent on God, depriving yourself, sacrificing something that you enjoy, turning inward to reflect, and maybe taking the money you would have spent on those things and giving it to a charity that serves the poor. All wonderful things. I want to offer you something that I hope will enrich your Lenten journey if you even choose to sacrifice something. It's something to go deeper with God and truly transform your life. So a couple of years ago, I published this book, Restoration, 40 Days to Renew Your Heart and Your Life. And yes, I wrote this book. Nobody wrote this for me. I don't do that. But this book, this little book, means a lot to me. I have an Advent book coming out later this year. But in this book, I have daily devotionals Monday through Friday during the period of Lent. There is a weekend challenge, and then there are little journaling prompts, encouragement for reflection, various things at the end of each devotional. So I thought today I'd whet your appetite a little bit and read to you the devotional for Ash Wednesday. And I'm going to give a shout out to two friends of mine, Paula Hamley and Deb Neary, who are the Paula and Deb that I mentioned in this devotional I'm going to read to you. So putting on my reading glasses, and I'm going to read this to you. The scripture at the top of the page is Psalm 51:12. Restore to me the joy of your salvation and sustain in me a willing spirit. And here's the devotional. Restoring furniture is not among my talents. I can write, I can color, I can sew buttons on garments. I'm just not good at repurposing a piece of furniture or an object. My friend Paula creates wondrous designs from vintage jewelry. Another friend, Deb, has a real gift for making plain-looking furniture dazzle. I guess if I had the patience, I could emulate these ladies, but I'll leave the artistry to them. A few years ago, I chalk painted my battered coffee table. It's one of those sturdy wooden tables that can take a beating from kids, and goodness knows my boys and their pals had a hand in the scratches and dents it acquired over the years. When I got a new sofa, I planned to give the table to charity. Then I discovered chalk paint and thought, I can do this. Some mild sanding and a coat of coral paint later, I made the table a colorful thing of beauty with nary a nick in sight. This piece will give me pleasure for years, and it may even change colors a few more times. In today's scripture, we read the prayer of David, a man after God's own heart, but who had just committed adultery with another man's wife. He pleads with God to have mercy on him, to wash away his guilt, to cleanse him from his sins. He asks God to restore in him the joy of God's salvation. We're a fallen lot, my friend, but we have hope. If we didn't have the hope and the promise of salvation, we'd be doomed with nothing to look forward to. David sought to turn his life around, to change his heart, and to have the joy of salvation restored to him. Only God, through Jesus, can restore that same joy of salvation for us, taking us from scratched and rough to something wonderful. My friends can restore objects and furniture to things of beauty. I can restore a banged up table with a coat of paint. And only God can restore our dented and banged up selves. I hope that you will use my little book for your Lenten journey. I'm not having any book gatherings. I'm not having any book signings. I'm not putting a little group online. I'm just not doing that. You can order this on Amazon. Restoration, 40 days to change your heart and your life. And it would mean so much to me if you would use this book as part of your own Lenten journey this year. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you have a really great week.